Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I got the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Crypto Cuban right below me in box number 2. Today, guys, well, first off, Mike, how are you, sir? How are you doing? You're muted, good sir.
There we go.
There we
Duh.
go. Mike,
Gotta be
how
off
are you?
mute. I'm good, man. Very excited to talk about PESABASE today. A token that it was brought to my attention a while ago, and I actually didn't really see what the allure was until I looked more into it and realized that this is huge, massive opportunity with this token here. It's
Yeah.
a real world asset, so that's something that kind of puts it above most other cryptos right now that are just exist fully in the digital space.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. First off, I want to thank you publicly, man, for telling me about Privilege Club and that wonderful ecosystem there that is a real world asset.
Yeah.
And that education has rolled into the fascination with this protocol, which is PESABASE. It was kind of funny in the first interview. I kept calling it PESABASE, and Eric was like, "Yeah, PESABASE is doing well." So I was like, "That's a very diplomatic way to make sure I pronounce this thing correct."
PESABASE. Yep.
Yeah, but no, man, I was looking into this, looking what they're doing for Africa, and man, listen, well, hang on. We got to make sure, guys. All right, here, 3, 2, 1, guys. We'll be right back. All right, so let's roll into this, good sir. Mike, this is you actually told me about this as well at first, and I started digging into it. And then I met Eric, and then the rest has just been magic after that. But tell me your initial knowledge on PESABASE, and we'll start picking through this website.
Well, first off, that was an amazing AMA you did with Eric. I mean, that really went over everything, or at least the bulk of it at the beginning. But I would definitely recommend everybody check out that video if you want a super in-depth overview of PESABASE directly with one of the founders, which is Eric. Great guy, super stand-up guy, very knowledgeable on all this. And what PESABASE does is solves a problem in Africa, which is basically, in a very basic sense, getting money to people where it's needed and when it's needed. And PESABASE does that very, very well from its conceptual point of view and what they are implementing right now, not only within their crypto token, but also in their physical brick and mortar locations that they're going to have in Africa. It's really going to solve a problem for a lot of people. So it's exciting because you don't come across many cryptos that actually have a chance at solving a real world problem. And PESABASE is looking to do that, and it's looking really, really bullish.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, it's something that taken for granted for a very long time is the ability to bank. And
Yeah.
you know, when you hear people talk about the cryptocurrency space, about how they're going to make it possible for people to bank in the world. I mean, I'll be honest with you, that glazed right over my head for quite some time. But now, when you start to see this, and with the other areas of the world that are starting to do this, this is downright fascinating. I've downloaded their app off the App Store, and I got registered just to see how it works. The app, it looks great. Um, so
Yeah,
let's
there was some previews that he had Eric had posted up in the Telegram channel, which looked really, really good.
yeah.
Everything looked super sharp on that.
So I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm obviously a tech nerd, and I am looking forward to the next AMA, which is going to be the tech demo. And Eric is actually getting a couple of steps ahead on that, and we'll have a live demo on stream. So that's going to be really good as well. So I'm really looking forward
Nice.
to that. Um, Mike, when I was reading through all this, and right before we started the stream, this was a very interesting thing. We were looking at a series of graphics, which we'll pull those up in just a little bit. But what stands out to me with PESABASE is the need of, and you really put it down in very simplistic terms, the need for money flow. And it looks
Yeah.
like where the money is flowing, they're paying just a crap ton of fees down in Africa just to be able to buy a sack of rice or food or whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. Things are it's very tough. It's very tough just living over there. So PESABASE looks to make those people's lives significantly easier and giving them more access to things that they need on a regular basis as well.
Right. So this is what stood out to me as well. PESABASE is the fastest growing money transfer platform in Africa for individuals, businesses, and enterprises alike.
Yeah,
So 8,500,000 plus. Eric gave an even bigger number in the last AMA, and then 92,500 transactions and growing. Uh, that looks like that's going straight up to me. So that's pretty amazing to
that's
see.
a good sign up and to the right.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
not that. No, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, and PesaBase right now is doing 800K in monthly remittance transactions. So that is huge right now, and their
Yes.
app isn't even live yet. So once the app is going live, it's going to create another incentive for agents to onboard new users onto that.
So here's what's bullish to me. This right here is where the organic word started getting out about PesaBase. And everybody was like, oh, wow, this is going to be a huge industry. And it's done this so far. And that's just a short amount of time. That today's the February 2nd. That was January 29th when a lot of the words started getting out and they started tweeting and doing things. And the the key on this, whenever I hear the word remittance, that is just a huge industry. What is it like a multi-billion dollar industry now?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of money in the bunny business. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's just all right, so let's see. There's so much to go over. And oh, here it is. PesaBase is an international money transfer platform that allows users to send direct to mobile device through our app, direct to SIM card, or on ground via our infrastructure of PESABASE agents and mini banks. You and I were talking about that mini banks. That's fascinating
Yeah,
throughout
mini
East
banks.
Africa.
Yeah, that
Interesting.
sounds really cool. I can only imagine that's probably just a small center with maybe a couple kiosks. It could be manned, maybe unmanned, maybe a bunch of ATM like machines around.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that it's a brick and mortar effort that's going on here.
Well,
Mini banks, cool thing.
where you live, you've seen the Bitcoin ATMs where you just put your cash in and it goes to your wallet, right?
Yeah,
That what's cool about this is really the reverse direction, and it's using the blockchain to run your transactions. So I'm like, whoa, this is unbelievable.
yeah,
I think
great
I'm saying
introduction
that right.
for a lot of regular folks into crypto as well.
Yeah. Yes.
More money flowing into the industry is always great.
Yeah. PesaBase is the leading innovator in leveraging blockchain to send money overseas legally and fully compliant with anti-money laundering laws. You already know they always say, "Oh, cryptocurrency. It's here for money laundering. Bad,
Oh,
bad, bad,
well,
bad." Right?
yeah. It's not like we haven't been using all currencies for malicious things, since the beginning of money itself.
Right? Right. So it's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
But
just
on
trying to
this,
look for a scapegoat.
right. So Eric really covered a lot of this, Mike, in the last AMA. We succeed in connecting unbanked Africans, unbanked. I'm telling you, doing more research onto this and learning about people who are unbanked, that still blows my mind to think, nope, you can make any kind of transactions. And now this is coming right into their front yard. So let's see. Let's look at
Yep.
this real quick, Mike. So a little flowchart transaction right here. Users initiate their transaction through our PesaBase app or through an on-ground personal agent bank if in rural areas. So that's another thing that stood out to me. You don't have to have a phone or know how to operate the blockchain to interact with this protocol. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like I said, it's definitely going to expose a lot of, I mean, like it says it right there, rural areas, and there's tons of rural areas in Africa. So, I
Right.
mean, having on-ground personal agents in those areas is going to be a really good way to expand a user base or customer base in a really exponential way.
Yes. Let's put us to the side right there. All right. So once they make their transaction, it says our unique smart contract pegged by PUSD converts fiat currency to stablecoin. And when we were talking the other night, I asked him, I said, what's the deal with this? He said any region where it's their individual fiat currency, he said that's what it does. He said it's all adjusted for I guess for lack of a better term, local settings. And then right here they can withdraw via the app if they have a phone. Again, this is so cool. They can withdraw via an agent. Our on ground agent will meet in person to disperse funds if funds are sent through our agent network. I really
Wow.
want to know more about that.
Yeah.
That is neat because
Crypto
that's a
with
dude on a
customer
bike.
service.
You
Crypto with
imagine,
in-person customer service. That's great.
dude, if Eric sends me a video of somebody on a bike saying, "Hey, I'm here to bring your crypto to you," that's gonna be legit. Eric,
Yeah.
that's a challenge, man. That
Maybe,
definitely needs to happen.
yeah, maybe a little scanner gun and they just, have to scan a QR code on their phone, something like that. That's
Yes.
so cool.
Wow. All right. So let's see. Withdraw, mini bank, or bank. So that's where he was talking about the kiosk. At least that's what I think. All right. So he all right. So why is this important? The most and this is and he expanded on this. So if you guys want to know, be sure to check out the previous AMA. Good, we got some people coming in here. All right, so the most well-known money transfer platforms, we know who those are, succeed in facilitating transactions worldwide, but fall short in offering the same simplicity and cost-effective transactions in rural areas. PESABASE effectively solves this problem by building financial infrastructure from within Africa and allowing our reach to grow within as well. Eric, I want to see the crypto bike, man. That's gotta happen.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes. Our PESABASE app paired with continually growing network of mobile agents, mini banks, full service banks. Now, I wonder what he that must be key. Actually, I do remember. He said some of the full service banks, they're actually clearing a little area to build a building, and then the mini banks are like you were saying, probably a kiosk in an existing business that's partnering with them. So let's see to you to and full service banks and users allow PESABASE to continue to grow as a solution of financial inclusion in Africa.
Yeah. And,
Wow.
and one thing you went over a little in this other little block right there was the cost effective transactions, because I think on that AMA he also said that it sometimes costs people like up to 30% to send funds back and forth.
Yeah, he's got that right here. Let's see.
30%, man, that is just astronomical.
Yeah, that was that stood out to me because you know as well as I do, we love our B&B, and if we, you imagine having to pay 30 cents per or 30% of a transaction in B&B just trying to put it around, we would go,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's a big negative ghost rider. So
wild.
that would go away quick. Let's see here. I think it's right. Yeah, here it is. Um, oh, duh, I didn't scroll down far enough. They've already got M-Pesa. They've got several telco partners secured for their mobile money transfer. I'm not familiar with these, but knowing the good people at Pesa, they've done their research on this. Eric, bring your notes in the tech demo because obviously somebody's going to want to know.
Yeah,
Let's
this
see.
is an established business as well. This isn't just something that's looking to start up now. They've already
Right.
been in business since 2017. This is just going to be a massive expansion that, everybody could potentially get involved with.
So a lot of comments in several of the X posts that I've done for Pesa is people find it fascinating that this is not just a currency that's created and they see if it catches on. Eric said this is 2017, but he said they actually were established in 2016. So this is not a new company, and they've been growing ever since. And they've they've got the partnership coming up with, what is it, Plume?
Yeah, the Plume blockchain, which is a blockchain that's primarily dedicated to real world assets. So anybody who's interested in, bridging that gap between crypto and real world assets, definitely look at what's on the Plume blockchain. I don't think it's launched yet, but it's coming soon.
That is that is amazing. So let's see.
Yeah, big opportunity there. I don't know any other blockchain that's primarily focused on real world assets like Plume is.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of people that I tell about cryptocurrency, and they say it's not tangible. I can't hold it in my hand. What I am curious, Mike, is now we have a real world business that has a tangible business to where they can go, here's our business, and it's now on the blockchain as well. The psychology of acceptance of that seems to be, to me, it seems to be like a no brainer, but it seems like there's a better chance of adoption of this concept, Mike, with it being business first, blockchain second. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having the exchange now from people's thinking of crypto as being just existing in the digital space, something that you can't really touch, to now being more involved in, the real world is going to have a lot of people flooding into crypto that were not interested before.
Right.
Before when it was just something that was kind of, fugazi, it was just air, you couldn't really do anything with it. Now times are changing. I mean, Bitcoin itself has been legitimized tenfold from where it was just a couple of years ago. We have Trump announcing that he's creating a Federal Reserve, strategic reserve with Bitcoin. You're seeing Bitcoin and Ethereum and other blockchain related things popping up on the news every night now on CNN. It's a very hot topic of discussion. So having the transparency and effective power that blockchain has and adapting that to a business is sending that business into the future, because I think that web3 is really the future for most businesses. So
Yeah.
any company, especially like PESABASE, something where you're actually solving a real world problem, and you see that they're integrating into crypto so cleanly, so seamlessly, it's a really, really good sign that this company can see into the future and they can solve problems before they even come up. And I think that's the road that PESABASE is on.
Yeah. Something else that I've really enjoyed their approach on is, in the world of cryptocurrency, oh, that's oh so 5 seconds ago. I mean, that's the speed that we operate, to where it's like, no. On this, they seem to be, not seem to be, it looks like they are most definite, taking their time. It looks like they're making sure their partnerships are in place. They want to make sure everything's done right. And they don't want to put the cart before the horse. I'm aging myself by giving statements like that, and that's okay. But on thank you for the sympathy for that laugh. But
Back
on
from the horseless carriage days.
yes, sir. But on this, so oh, here's something that didn't notice the other night. As of 2023, PesaBase has rebuilt its entire operating system to allow for more users as we prepare to expand into surrounding African countries. And then in 24-25, Peso will officially open doors to a newly built full service bank in the central hub of, how do you pronounce that? Juba?
Juba, yeah, sounds
Yeah.
right.
And then South Sudan, ushering in a new era of personal finance in Africa that includes blockchain technology. So that must be the current talk of where they're about to expand and really kick things into high gear, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it seems like. Like we said, this is already an established business. They've been doing this a while, and now they're just looking to expand like they never have before.
Okay. Hmm. That is really and truly interesting.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see. Our so
that next one
you
there, a percentage of every transaction fee through PESABASE is bought back on the chart, reducing supply, providing rewards to East Africans, not only provides financial inclusion, but also allows them to exchange PESA to transact on our app for free. So this is also providing a financial opportunity to these users that are going to be using this. So you are advertising to not only a community or people that are already getting charged up to 30% on transactions normally if they want to send money. So not only are you reducing that significantly, but now you're also putting money in their pocket as well. That sounds like a really good way to just explode in popularity, in my opinion.
yeah. Yeah, it's we're going to look through the graphics in just a second just to show some various facts about it after we go through this. But just the I mean, just extremely low income these people have over there, and with this giving the opportunity to make money back on their transactions, it blew my mind when Eric was talking about how much that this will just simply change their life to be able to buy more food, more medicine, and things of that nature through the blockchain.
Yeah, really beautiful thing.
Yeah, so let's see. All right, so there's the roadmap. All right, tokenomics, total supply, 60 million. Too high, too low? What you think?
That's great. Perfect, man. That's a great point to where you can get in now cheap. And once those burns start going into effect and those tokens start dwindling, it's going to be a good ride. Lots of transactions are going to be falling into this business. It's going to be really, really interesting to watch.
So here's an incentive right now, guys, to get in early. So there, I'll put all the links for PESABASE in the video description and in the comments. You notice right now there's a trading tax buy and sell. If you get in early right now through their Telegram and you buy, they will refund the tax on the token whenever you trade. So, but the key to it is you got to get involved and you've got to get in on the Telegram. Um, and this guy right here, known as Easy E, he'll darn sure take care of you. But get in there, make sure you get involved. The team for Pesa is building pretty quick. Let's see. Let's look at this chart, Mike. Mike, when this started taking off, did you think it would take off and rip that fast?
I mean, there's going to be a lot of investors that are going to be looking at a place to park some good funds in something that's solid, something that's really connected to a real world asset. Like we said, this isn't just a fugazi asset in the digital space. This is connected to a real world business. And when more big time investors start seeing the trend on this chart in the next couple of weeks, the closer that app gets to launching, the closer that PESABASE gets to that expansion point where they're going to just really, really explode in popularity, like we've been talking about, this is going to be a really solid long term play right now. So
Yes.
I feel there's going to be much more of a rush coming into this token in the next couple weeks because that app launch is really going to change a lot of things.
Yeah, and this is to be expected. Some people taking profits right here, but I honestly think that'll be short lived, and we're going to see more going up. Nothing ever goes up and to the right forever.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
mostly that's due to just the bloody market right now. I mean, Bitcoin just
yeah.
fell under 100K. I think it's at 96, 97K,
Did it
something like
really?
that. Yeah, it was a pretty red day today.
Let's see.
So actually Pace is holding up very well despite that. But I think everything is in the red today. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow, look at that, guys.
Yeah. So
Yep,
very
there you go.
short term. Yeah. So I think it's a short term dip for them. Huge opportunity, like we were just saying. These dips are a gift. They're not a defect of crypto. They are the objective. They're the point of it. It goes up and it goes down. When it goes down, it's opportunities, and huge opportunity here with PESABASE, because it like you're saying, it ripped quick before, and now when we get into this next week, this is the weekend right now. It's Sunday, but once
Right.
we get into the regular week and our regular crypto actions, I'm sure there's going to be tons of buying on this.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch. Let's pull up some of these graphics that we saw. Um, so in this is actually going to be in a social media campaign coming up, but this shows you how with Pesabase coming into play, how there is a chance to really make a difference in the lives of these people down there, because and really and truly, and Mike, I mean, it just the money flow down in that region really and truly does not need to be disrupted. I actually saw some messages the other day. They were talking about how actually Eric shared one with me. It was a person sending him an inbox message about how hard it is to simply get money to relatives in this region. I'm telling you, man, I'm here to tell you, I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. An
Yeah. So
estimated.
So
Go ahead.
a lot of these slides here really just show how this area has a lot going on. They have a lot of conflict. They have a lot of natural disasters. There is a lot of disease in that area as well. So the overall need in this area is, like we said earlier, getting money where it's needed, when it's needed. And PesaBase does a very good job of creating the opportunity to make money transfer very easy for all of its citizens of South Sudan in particular, and they're looking to expand out of South Sudan. But it's a really really good thing to provide this for people that are in such need. So it's really good to be connected to something that's doing these humanitarian efforts, basically, is what I see it as.
This is the last one of the graphics in this list, but this is, you and I are in mint stake share, moon yield, but being in this is really and truly special and unique, because something like this, when Mike, you have a family, I have a family, and our priority is to take care of our family. But doing something like this and essentially providing liquidity through this platform, obviously you want to make money off of something like this, but to know this is making a difference in a part of the world. I stopped at this graphic. South Sudan ranks as the most, as it ranks as of the most unbanked countries in the entire world. The entire
Mm.
world. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
my goodness.
Wow. Let's see. Did I miss any of them? Yeah. Let's see. There it is. That's the other one I want to show you. 81% of remittance are used for food. And guys, I mean,
Yep.
to sum it up, a remittance is that's a money transfer, right? Is that what you basically define it as?
Money transfer. Yep. To and
Yeah.
from.
So if all that there, that's the other thing. $300 is the average annual salary down there. 300
My
bucks, y'all.
goodness.
And then where was the fee? Cost of fuel increased by over 80% in 2024. Food has more than doubled since 2022. And again, they don't have access to cell phones or anything. And when this infrastructure gets set in place, it is going to absolutely make a difference down there.
Huge.
Mike, you got any more thoughts?
I know, man. I mean, I think it's PESABASE is going to do amazing things. I see nothing but positive things from that team. Eric is a really really good guy. I see he has a lot of heart and soul put into this, and I know that his other co-owner, I forget what his name is now, but
It's right down
um,
here. It's
yeah, was it Phil? Yeah,
Dr. Sohm.
yep, yeah. I know that these two guys really know what they're doing. I know that this is deep, deep, deep in the heart of Phil, as well as I believe he's from that area. What I understand, businessman, leader, leading over Australia. Yeah. So I expect great things, and I think great things are going to happen with these guys. So great opportunity right now, before all of this comes live, before their brick and mortar locations go live, before that app goes live. Huge opportunity here.
Yeah. Well, Mike, it sounds like we covered everything. What you think?
Yeah, no, I can't wait for that next AMA. He's going to go over all the tech. That's the fun part.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and put the link in the comments real quick. There's a link for you guys to check them out. There we go. Um, Outside of that, guys, that's going to be it. Stay tuned for some more AMAs. Mike, hey, man, always appreciate your time. And we'll try
A
to get you
pleasure,
in
sir.
on the tech demo, man, because I'd be curious to see what color that cube decides to light up whenever the tech's being demonstrated.
The mood cube. Yeah, let's see. That sounds
Yeah,
great. Yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah. What you eating for dinner tonight, man?
Probably going to do some salmon, potatoes, and veggies.
I like it.
Yeah.
We had our first Mardi Gras ball of the season last night. For you guys out there that don't know what Mardi Gras is, search it up. It's a fun time. Uh, but outside of that, that's about it, guys. I'm going to do the outro for you guys. And Mike, I'll chat with you in just a second. All
Do
right.
it.
See you guys
Peace.
later.